This might be my worst idea, actually. Just looking at it. Oh my god, it gives me chills. I can't. I'm literally gonna cry. Hello my shawty baes, hello my besties. Let's talk 10 before the end. That's right, 10 books we want to read before we die. No, I'm just kidding. It's 10 books we want to read before the end of the year. But I don't really know why we call it 10 before the end, because it does seem like 10 books we want to read before we die, does it not? Like 10 books I want to read before I just call it quits. No, that's not what it is. It's 10 books I want to read before the end of the year. You know, I might be the only one that's thinking about this, but why did we name it that? Anyway, I'm going to show you 10 books I want to read before the year's over. Now, does this mean these 10 books will be read by me? Maybe, maybe not. We could never be sure. We'll only be sure after the year's over, and then we can look back and just think about our failures. I love doing that. It's my favorite time to reflect. I'm sort of cheating with the first book because I am in fact starting it as we speak. Right? Like I'm putting it on here and right after I finish, I'm gonna start it. However, since I haven't started yet, I feel like I can throw it in here and I really just want to include it, okay? It is in fact Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. As you can see, I'm trying to bedazzle it. Look at that. I am trying to take a bedazzle. Oh my god, this fell. Oh, I don't like that. I'm trying to take a bedazzling. This is a hobby I am trying to partake in. Let's see if it continues or if it's just one of those things that falls out. I think it might be like ADHD brain or some shit. I don't really know, but I try every hobby known to man. And I try it for like there's a month that I'm just simply hyper fixated on that one hobby. And then I never talk about it again and I never do it again. It's just dead to me. So there's been very few hobbies I've kept up with, and that's reading, TV shows, and coloring. Those are like the hobbies that have never left. So maybe bedazzling will be one of those. Anyway, that's so not what I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to talk about Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. But that's why I'm bedazzling this, is because I was thinking of listening to the audiobook as I bedazzle. But then I started bedazzling while watching Schitt's Creek, so. But after this, I'm totally gonna go back to the original plan. Anyway, I love Lynn Painter. Guys, Lynn Painter is one of my favorite. Like, if you are looking for a contemporary romance that is YA, cute, fluffy, no spice, just such cutesy stories. Ooh, if you are a Swiftie, if you are a hopeless romantic, if you love Nayli from One Tree Hill, if you love to just have those giggly, kicking your feet stories, if you love to have the most iconic happily ever afters, if you love to make playlists for no reason, if you're a huge Gracie Abrams fan, if you love 2000s rom-coms, just everything about Lynn Painter is a fucking yes to me, so I know I'm gonna love Fake Skating. And just looking at it reminds me of Better Than the Movies. Better Than the Movies is my favorite. I also love Nothing Like the Movies, unpopular opinion. I adore that one. And I love The Do-Over. I love Betting on You. I just love Lynn Painter. Let's be so fucking honest. But this one looks so good. It's like apparently childhood friends to lovers to strangers to lovers, apparently, because it's like childhood friends. They like apparently have always been in love with each other. I don't really know. And then she moves away. And now it's years later and she's back. I don't really know where the fake comes into it. I'm assuming there's fake dating, obviously. I know he's a hockey player, but it just says one thing leads to another and they find themselves thrown together to play the roles of boyfriend and girlfriend. So somehow they start fake dating. I'm not really sure, but I know it's childhood friends to lovers. Obviously, there's a reason why they stopped talking and she moved away and all of that. And then they're gonna start fake dating. And it looks like she's like the super smart introvert and he is the hockey player, super popular extrovert, which just gives me Nayli. Like, that is all I'm thinking about is Nathan and Haley. In fact, I want to rewatch One Tree Hill. I'm literally in the middle of watching Schitt's Creek right now. And then I was thinking of doing the OC after. But then I was also kind of thinking, ooh, kind of want to do Heart of Dixie. But maybe I need to throw One Tree Hill in there. One Tree Hill is just the best show. Oh my god, also I saw some comment the other day saying, have you watched Smallville? And I replied, okay, so I don't need to be saying this PSA, but I need to throw out there, I love Smallville. Guys, I love Smallville. It's up there. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. I have all of the seasons of Smallville. Again. Oh my god. It's fine. That's how important this is. Up there, I also have all of the seasons of Supernatural, and I have Charmed, Gilmore Girls, One Tree Hill, The OC, I have Gossip Girl, I have 90210, Sons of Anarchy, I have Vampire Diaries. Oh, I have all the good ones. But now they don't sell DVD stuff anymore. Like, I collect DVD sets, and I know, it literally is such an old people thing for me to do, and don't make fun of me, but I love collecting TV shows, but they don't sell them anymore. I can't find anymore. Like, I want to have Heart of Dixie, and I want to have all of Sons of Anarchy, and I want to have the originals, but no, I can't find them. That's neither here nor there. Guys, I used to be so scared to say my age on TikTok because people were so mean with like age. It would seem like when you hit your 30s, you're dead. Like you're dead. You can't be on social media anymore. You can't be an influencer. You can't read YA books. You can't love Boys of Tom. And it's like this whole thing. Now I'm finally free. I'm like, yeah, I'm 30, flirty, and thriving. Anyway, that's so completely like, how did we get here? Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. This is the first one in the 10 before the end. This one I know for a fact I'll be reading because I'm going to start after this. So we have 2 here that are part of a series that I need to proceed with. Okay, so first up, we've got Sinners Atone by Some Sketcher, because this is my favorite, like not my favorite, but it is one of my favorite mafia romance series, right? Like besides Darkverse by Brunix, because Darkverse is insane. This is top mafia romances for me, and also the Maid series. But this is the Sinners Anonymous series, and this is book 4 that we've been waiting for forever. Okay, I love book 1. Don't get me wrong, I love book 1. But book 2 and 3, part 1 and 2 of Rafe Visconti. Insane. And Penny, it is quite literally just fucking incredible. I don't know if this will live up to that, but I think it will. This is Gabe's story. So the first book is about one brother. The second 2 are about the other brother, like I said, Rafe. And then this one is about Gabe, and it is also going to have a part 2. So I do know that this is probably going to end in a cliffhanger, but I am excited nonetheless. But that's why I haven't like jumped on it as soon as it came out, because it's going to, like, see, I wanted to remind you that Sinners Atone is book 1 in a duet. It does end in a cliffhanger. The story will conclude with Sinners absolve. Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't trust her because she had said Gabe was coming for the past year or so. So since it took so long to get here, I was scared to start this because I'm like, it's gonna end in a cliffhanger. By the time the next book comes out, who knows where I'll be? Maybe I'll be dead. Why am I so into death today? We're gonna disregard that I said that. Maybe I won't even remember this book by the time I get to the next one, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna read it nonetheless, because you know what? I love this series, and I just really need to get to. My father had these rules. They were mostly bullshit, hammered together from age-old cliches and Hollywood one-liners, but when he spoke them into existence, they had a nasty habit of hardening into prophecies. In the dark, that made me the villain. Guess death isn't so funny after all. Oh! I was just talking about that. How funny. We were on the same page. Is this gonna be dual POV? Yes. It is dual POV. Score. And in game. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, I'm gonna get to this one because you know what? I feel like I've been lacking in the mafia department. I haven't read any mafia in so long. I think the last one I read was Beautiful Torment. I really liked that one. Like besides that, there hasn't been a mafia I read in a while. I need to get on my mafia game, so I will be reading this. Oh, how beautiful. I want to go to there. Oh my gosh, also you guys always ask me where I get my ambiances from the TV. I literally just go on YouTube and I just write whatever ambiance I want. So I write like fall ambiance, cozy ambiance, winter, snow, like whatever. Reading ambiance, fantasy ambiance, Harry Potter, Valaris, they have all of them. So just do that and then find whichever one you like. I just pick random ones. The next one that's part of a series that I still have to read. It came out a little while ago. I have an explanation for this one. It's You're Next by Tate James. And this is the 3rd and final book in the Devil's Backbone series by her. And I loved Devil's Backbone, okay? Like I read Dear Reader and Watch Your Back. I read that in the span of like less than 2 days because they were so good. And it was when I was in a slump too. And it just really fucking did it for me. However, okay, I've heard terrible things about this. And I'm so scared because I loved it so much that I'm like, oh, this is gonna taint how much I loved it. It's like a why choose romance. I was having so much fun with the Secret Society and with the Dark Claw and all of the characters. I love them so much. And then everybody that has loved it just as much as me, like everybody that loved the first 2 books hasn't really been enjoying this one that much. Now I'm a big fan of just trying it for yourself and seeing if you like it or not, because everybody has different opinions and reading is so subjective. So I'm still gonna read it, of course, but that's just why I haven't jumped on it right away, because I wanted to give it a second. And when I'm really in the mood for it, that's when I'm gonna read it, because I feel like if I force myself to, then I'll really hate it no matter what. So I'm gonna read this when I'm in the mood, but I am gonna get to You're Next. And then I do want to jump into some other Tate James after that, because I feel like I'll really like I have Madison Kate and I have Hades, because I feel like I'm gonna love those. So let's see how I feel about this. This next one that I'm gonna show, my mom's gonna be clapping and cheering from the other side. It's heavy. Yeah, it's Heavy by Emma Burns. This is one of the books that was on my mom's TBR for me, the last book on the TBR. I read my mom's TBR not that long ago. I did a whole reading vlog on it, and I read like 20 books in that video because I read like all the TBR that she gave to me. This was the only one I didn't get to because I was about to post the video and I hadn't finished it yet, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm super stressed out, and I didn't do it, right? Now it's been a while and I've been filming other reading vlogs and doing other things. I think I'm finally in the mood and ready to tackle Heavy. I'm a little bit very intrigued by this, but I will say some of it Oh, wow. Oh my God, guys. Incredible. Anyway, it follows Khaleesi and Ronan, and he is like her step uncle that she never fucking sees. I don't even think they know each other. But basically her mom marries this guy. This guy is Ronan's brother. So she just gets a new stepdad, and Ronan is in jail, so she never meets him. And then when he gets out of jail, he has nowhere to live, so he goes to live in his brother's home? Cabin? In his brother's cabin, something that his brother doesn't use. And then coincidentally, her house burns down or some shit, and she's also living there. So they're all like, hey, you're living here. You're also living here. I'm not leaving, and neither am I. We live together? Okay. It's like that. So it's forced proximity, and it is step relations. They feel like they're the Spider-Man meme when they walk in the cabin. You know what I mean? They're like, that's what I'm imagining. I feel like there's a huge chance I'll love this, but I feel like there's also a huge chance I may hate it. But I really did like M.L. Burns' The Desperate Run. I really liked that. So I feel like I will love this. It seems like exactly what I would love. Like, look at this vibe. Such good vibes. The only reason why I'm a little like, ooh, maybe I'd hate it is because I hate Credence so much. And one of the big reasons why I hate Credence so much is the whole Uncle Jake and her calling him Uncle Jake and this whole thing. And I'm pretty sure that in this, there's also like that little uncle type of vibe, but it seems very different. So I'm gonna go into it forgetting Uncle Jake completely because I do think I could love this. Of course, there's a grocery list of trigger warnings. That makes sense to me. He literally has a tattoo on top of his eyebrow that says sit. Guys, sit like I'm a dog. And you know what? Sit I will. Sit I will. Anyway, heavy. My mom will be happy to hear this one. This one I for sure will get to before the end of the year. Like, there's no question about it. By the time you're watching this, maybe I've already read it because my mom wants me to read it so bad that I know I'm going to, or else I just won't be welcome into her home for Christmas. And I will say, my mom is capable of that, of being so petty that she does some shit like that. Because let me just tell you, when I was younger, I would watch Charmed with her religiously. Me, her, and my grandma would like always watch Charmed. We picked characters, as one does. I always pick a character I want to be. You know what I mean? So I was always like, I'm Piper. Piper's my favorite. I'm Piper. Done. Right? And then my mom was like, I'm Prue. I love Prue. And then my grandma was Phoebe. So we all had the people that we were, right? And then spoiler alert for Charmed. If you haven't watched Charmed, if you want to watch it, if anything, skip this right now. But Prue dies, okay? Prue, gone. So they put in another actress, Paige, to be another sister. So my mom was like, oh my God, but Prue's gone. I have no one. And my grandma's like, oh my God, I like Paige. I'll be Paige. I'll be Paige and you could be Phoebe. And my mom's like, I don't want to be Phoebe. I want to be Piper. But me, minding my business, I was already Piper. So I'm like, no, I'm Piper. And she's like, you're going to give me Piper or you're grounded. So she took Piper from me.
She took Piper.
I will never forget that. That's honestly one of the worst things she's ever done. Anyway, so I ended up being Phoebe, and she was Piper, and my grandma was Paige. And you know what? That kind of makes sense because I do love Phoebe, and I loved Phoebe and Cole, one of my favorite fucking couples. Like, that's the forbidden, like, she's a witch and he's a demon. Incredible. They were supposed to end up together. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Where was I going with this? Right, my mom's petty enough that she would ground me for not reading heavy. She just would be like, doors locked, bitch. You can't come in for Christmas. Sorry. Spend Christmas outside in the cold. Well, it's Florida. It wouldn't be cold. Spend Christmas outside with the iguanas. So I am gonna read that one. Where to next? This one, you know what? I'll do this one because this one's an outlier here. This one is one that I haven't shown before, and you're probably gonna be like,
where the fuck did that come from?
It's Rabid by Ivy Asher and Raven Kennedy. Now, the only reason why this is on here, it's apparently part of a series, but everyone says that you can read it without reading the rest of the series, so that's what I'm gonna do because I really don't want to read the rest. I'm only interested in this, and if I ever want to, I'll go back. I don't care. But this is a wolf romance, and the only reason why this is on here is because after I read The Wolf King, I've been wanting more wolf romances. I want to get back to my Wattpad era. So here we have it, Rabbit. I don't even know what it's about, but you guys highly recommended it if I liked The Wolf King. So I've been waiting my whole life to get my wolf, but now that the time is here, I need to run. 3 years ago, a nightmare of an alpha took over my pack by force, and ever since he's been trying to do the same to me. I can't let that happen. I need to escape him before he can lay a claim. Flee from what I've always wanted, or risk getting a wolf that will submit to him. But nothing goes to plan. When I'm forced to take on my wolf spirit, my alpha attacks, and my fight shatters us in ways we never knew possible. Alpha Tyrant. And then is this in only her POV? Let's see. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's only in her POV. I don't know. You guys say that if I like wolf romances, I really need to read this and that it's fun. And I don't know if it's like one of those that's going to change your life type shit, but I really just want to read it. I feel like I need a fun book that I'm not like vlogging or anything like that. I have so many reading vlogs coming up that I've been pretty much filming every single book I'm reading, and I want just kind of a fun one. I think this is gonna be this. Speaking of filming, you probably remember that in April, I let Mariana pick my TBR, and I read like 3 books from that TBR so far, and just know that that vlog is still coming. I literally have it on my hard drive saved as April vlog. There are like 3 books read from that. And I have, oh my God, I have so many more left. I have like 6 or 7 or something left. And I'm gonna keep getting through it, and you will get that vlog next year at some point. It'll probably be in April. Maybe it'll be my 1 year. Wait, how cute. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post my April TBR vlog in April, and anybody that's new is gonna be like, oh my God, she read her entire April TBR in April. Like, how cute. But it's gonna be the April TBR from 2025. 100%, that's what I'm doing. I've already waited this long. But one book I am going to read from that TBR this year is Phantasma, because I need to read Phantasma, okay? I'm the only person that hasn't read it in the entire earth, okay? And I must read it. And I know that it's a phantom, and I know that it's like dark, and it's fantasy, and it's fun, and I'm gonna eat this shit up. There's not a single doubt in my mind that I'm gonna love Phantasma. It's about damn time, as Lizzo likes to say. This next one, I don't really know if I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna be so fucking honest, but I'm gonna put it on here because I really want to. And it's Burn Bright by Kristen Becca Ritchie. The reason why I don't know if I'm gonna get to this is because just looking at this makes me actually physically ill. If you don't know, if you're new by any means, if you haven't been here through the journey of my channel, you may not know that Addicted Calloway is everything to me. That series, I don't even know how to talk about it without getting emotional. It was just the first series I've ever read that got me. Like, now I have so many favorite series. Like, now I have Boys of Tommen and Zodiac Academy and Fourth Wing, and I have Throne of Glass. Like, so many series that I love dearly and my favorite series of all time. But Addicted Calloway is what started that. Like, it was the first long series I ever fell in love with. Like, Off Campus, obviously that's a series, but there's only 4 books on Off Campus, so I don't really count it as like a big thing. Addicted Calloway, there was 10 books that I read. I went through years with those people. Like, I lived with a core 6, with a core 8. They were everything to me. They are everything to me. I think about them every day still. I have not been able to get to the Like Us series, which is their kids. I've not been able to do it, okay? I read Addicted Calloway, I think 4 years ago, and I still haven't been able to do it just because I'm so emotional just thinking about them. I can't be back in that universe. I'm not stable enough. But maybe I can go into Cobalt Empire, okay? This is specifically just the Cobalt, and only book 1 is out, so I feel like if there's anything I can do to take a little step towards jumping back into that universe, it could be Cobalt. However, I don't know. Maybe I'll just reread all of Addicted Calloway. You know what? Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna fucking do. We're gonna put Burn Bright / Addicted, because maybe I'll read Burn Bright and it'll be great, it'll be fabulous, or I'll reread Addicted to You to start rereading my Addicted series journey again, and I am gonna vlog like rereading my favorite series type shit, just like I was doing for Boys of Tommen, which is still coming, like I said, but I had to pause that one because my mental health was unwell after releasing 10, but I will continue rereading that too. So maybe I'll vlog this, because like, here's the thing, I'm not gonna be able to read Addicted Calloway back to back to back to back to back, because like, also I have to post videos and reading vlogs and stuff like that. Like on TikTok, I can't just be posting just this because it's gonna take me a minute to get through all 10 books, you know? So I think I'm gonna read, like, I'll read book 1 and then I'll read a couple books in between and then I'll read book 2. So maybe I'll reread this one before the end of the year. This might be my worst idea, actually. Just looking at it. Oh my God, it gives me chills. I can't. I'm literally gonna cry. Anyway, this is about Ben Cobalt, so maybe, no, I can't, like, just seeing the font even gets me. Even seeing this font right here, I can't fucking do it. Do you see what I'm saying when I say I'm not stable enough for this? I can't explain my attachment to this. This is my family. So anyway, one or the other. Either this or this. One of them will happen this year, hopefully. Okay, let's talk about something more fun and light, okay? Cowboys. Yay. This got sent to me by the author, Holly Renee, and it looks really cute. Cowboy Casual. She sent me the arc. I've never read anything by Holly Renee, but this looks really fucking cute, and it's a cowboy romance, and kind of like Mafia. I feel like I haven't really been on my cowboy romance grind as of late, so I feel like this would be a really good one to kind of jump back in. Oh my God, the playlist has The Last Time by Taylor Swift and Sad Beautiful Tragic. What the fuck? Okay, this sounds a little sad, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my God, her name is Blair, but with an E at the end. Look, that's funny. I feel like I've never seen that. Anyway, I have no idea what it's about, but it looks good. It's been 10 years since she ran away from this town, chasing a life that didn't include the cowboy next door who blurred the lines between her best friend and something more. Best friend still over second chance? Now she's back, fresh off a busted engagement and hiding in her grandmother's crumbling strawberry farm. Like the past never happened. Like she doesn't still linger in every part of me I've spent years trying to erase. My God, I love that song. Does she have Linger in the playlist? She has to have it. If she doesn't, that's such a missed opportunity. Hold on. Yeah, the opportunity was hella missed because it's not here. Holly Rainey, we're gonna need to have a chat. Anyway, oh God, is it Friends with Benefits? I did not know that. I'm not really a big fan. Like Friends with Benefits feels a little bit like insta love, insta lust to me, but I don't know. I'm still gonna try it, and I feel like this could be a really good cowboy romance. I'm kind of going into it with zero expectations. Again, it's just like a fun palate cleanser, kind of like Rabid. I feel like this could be that. Speaking of wolves, Direbound, because this is another one that was highly recommended if I'm into wolf romances, okay? Only the worthy survive. She'll risk everything to be one of them. When Marin Cooper's sister is kidnapped by the enemy, she enlists in the army, desperate to get across the border to save her from immortal foes. Wow, that's really not what I expected from a wolf romance. Is there like wolves in the army? That's so interesting. Imagine Klaus Michelson in the army. Everyone would be dead. Anyway, but she doesn't realize that there are bonding trials this year, meaning all the soldiers are forced to risk their lives to connect with a dire wolf. And Marin is thrown into the deadly competition. Wait, she needs to survive the next 4 months of training if she wants a chance at finding her sister. Everyone is out to get her. Everyone but the dangerously handsome crown prince, Killian. Yes, I'm immediately fucking sad. I see why you all recommended this, because this is gonna be incredible. I can already fucking tell I'm gonna eat this shit up. Oh, but does it end in a cliffhanger? Is there gonna be more than one book? There's definitely gonna be more than one book, but it's fine. I'm gonna read this. I 100% am gonna read this. Maybe I'll even download the audiobook too, because it's thick. Oh, hell yes. Lastly, number 10, we've got Nightshade. I saw Bailey read this and she loved it. That's literally all I have. And then Mariana also read it and also loved it from Bailey's recommendation. So I feel like I'm gonna love it. Do I know anything about it? No. It just says he's her enemy. He's her enemy. She's his everything. He'll burn the world down for her, but she'll burn his to the ground. Oh my God, wait, her name's Ophelia. Ophelia. Say it with me now.
Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your teeth, your fine. Don't care where the hell you be, 'cause now your mom.
Mystery Murder Revenge. Welcome to Sorrow Song University. Oh my God, it's in a university? Oh my God, it's in the Scottish Highlands. Oh, incredible. And its students. I love magical universities. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am such a fan. I'm a stan. I'm an ambassador. 100% gonna read this. Anyway, that's my 10 before the end, guys. Oh my God, not a commercial. Anyway, that's my 10 before the end, guys. Hopefully I will read all 10 of them. Maybe I'll read 5. Maybe I'll read 3. Maybe I'll read none. We never know, because one thing about me is I am a liar, okay? I am not a truther. You know what? I can guarantee I'll read at least 1. How about that? I'll guarantee you 1. Will I guarantee you any more than that? No. No, I will not, because I don't want to let you down. Okay. And I like to just like have your expectations of me like really low, because then that way I can always surpass it. You know what I mean? MJ taught me that from Spider-Man. Anyway, what are your 10 before the end? Tell me the 10 books you want to read before the end of the year. And tell me if you've read any of the ones I've said and if you loved it, because maybe that'll push me in the right direction. Okay? I love you. I'll see you on Wednesday.